Hello everyone, this is Ajit Singh here. This session I'll be talking about a tool called LeanKit. LeanKit nowadays is getting very popular in the agile setups, and I thought of bringing it forward to you to explain how it works, the features, and why it is getting popular, right? And for that, I have created a backlog here. A backlog is of contents that I'm going to talk about today. So here is the LeanKit with the LeanKit itself. The first topic is LeanKit introduction. LeanKit is a visual Kanban board which runs on Lean and Kanban principles, right? Things like classes of services, work in progress, or flow efficiency, or value stream mapping, or continuous improvement. All these things are supported and lived by this tool, right? Nowadays, this tool is getting popular because it is able to do the PI planning for you, right? All the support needed to do a PI planning is provided by it. Teams are moving to it for sprint planning, sprint execution to generate all those kind of matrices which are needed, right? It has also been effectively used by some of the setups for OKRs, right? Setting the OKRs from team to project to program to enterprise level, and then tagging them to with different uh, epics and stories and sprint goals to ensure that those OKRs are lived up. So that way, it is becoming a popular tool. In some setup, it is also found to be a cheap option by comparing to various other tools where uh, organizations are using those tools for different purposes, right? So collectively, it brings all the feature at one place. And when I'm saying this, I don't wish to promote it, right? Just because I'm presenting this topic doesn't mean that this is the best tool by replacing all those which are already existing. My whole idea here is to highlight some of the features and some of the facts which can become some basis for your understanding, whether in your context and shop, it makes sense to use it or may not be. But then the idea here is to take you through this tool. Second thing about uh, LeanKit is the overview of the tool itself. So we'll go to the other board. When you get into the tool, you get to see this kind of board here, right? There are a couple of boards which you can see already established here. These are the board which I created, and it is listing them down in the order of which board I used most, right? Only one board comes with it by default is this welcome to LeanKit, which comes up with some sort of default setting, which you can reuse or you can tweak for your need. If at all you have to use it, otherwise there's a set of templates where you can go and find out those templates to use it for your purpose, right? But before that, I would like to highlight that the boards can support three levels of information and hierarchical arrangements, right? One is team, program, and portfolio. Coming to the templates, it provides templates right from engineering operations to manufacturing boards to IT operation, ITSM, and for our case related to the Agile is the safe boards, which is where you can find the templates for program board and for PI planning purpose, and the team boards and objective boards, portfolio boards, risk board, and value stream mapping impact. And there are other boards also, software development boards like development flow, complex feature delivery. But then in our case, for agile purpose, you may find this board more useful, which is related to your sprint planning and execution. Then there are other boards also related to strategy and executions, starting from company planning all the way through the portfolio strategy and sales pipeline as deemed fit for the people to use it. And then there's an archive section. So the boards that you created here, and if you feel at a given point of time that you no longer need them, they've served their purpose, so you can move them to the archive. And once they go to the archive, you have a couple of options with them again. You can delete them, you can unarchive, bring them back, or you can set them as a template as well. So that's about this board here. There are a couple of icons you can see here. The first icon is about creating the board itself. Either you can create a default template or you can use these templates which are already been present, and I've shown you a couple of them. And then here you can invite people to join the account, Linkit account, and this is your account details. If you are a admin, then it becomes very important to for you, because you can add the users here. You can add the new users and assign them a couple of roles like basic user, creator, and administrator role, or toggle these roles between. You can send the invitations, you can do some OKR settings, and all these features out there. And then is the reporting data extract, which is about extracting the card lane history and the cards and comments and connections, everything, whatever you wish to extract from this lane kit. You can just select that source and the format and the different boards that where you want to extract from, and then you are done. And this is about searching your board to find certain information, card, task, whatever it takes, tags, everything, and it will present that information to you, right? And then finally, here you see my cards plus task. That means as a user, whatever the cards and tasks that you created, they can be shown up at one plus with their status, not started, and assigned, those sort of things. And when you go into a card, then you see a different kind of icons altogether. For example, here, this is for searching the board by filtering certain information. And then this is about giving you a running statistics in time statistics of your board, as how it is, how the things on the work are progressing. And then this is about various legends that you have on your board, right from your date icons to class of services to uh, priority to card type. And these are all modifiable legends, right? You can go and change them. You can remove and add many of them, but then it gives you a crisp summary of all these things, so that you are always aware of what is that you can use on the run. Then this is a commentary of various activities that you do on the board. And here, this icon is about the dependencies and the connections between different cards and even different boards, which I'm going to talk about shortly. And here in three dots, you see a different menu which talks about a board layout, editor, settings, and many other things that you see here. And the icons here on the top end menu is top end row here is this is about the objective and key results. This is about lean coffee. This is about generating various reports that normally a agile team would like to generate. And these three are those which I already explained in the previous board. So this is about the tool overview. Now let's start with some of the key terms, right? Key terms are that what you see here is a white strip, right? These are all called the lanes. A lane under lane is a sublane. You can collapse it. So this is a sublane. Under this lane, even you can collapse this also, and you can expand also. The way the lean kit is set up is that it will always have the vertical lanes which you can use to arrange your data, and you can create many steps and stages and process within that. Okay. And what you see where the information has been currently stored, this is called the card, and this is the header. This is the content part of it, yeah, to highlight the title. And if I uh, click on this, then you will see this kind of GUI coming up, and most notably is the one which is about the parent card. So if you select a parent for this card, then this card becomes the child card. And you can see that parent and child information right here, whether this is a child, this is having a child, or this is a parent card. And here you can create task for your card also, which we will do very shortly. Okay, so there are cards, child card, your custom icons, as in if you want to attach a custom icon to identify this kind of card differently, then you can do that, and I'll show you how to do that. Users and work in progress limits are some of the key terms which are very frequently used. Now coming to the board access, right? There are four type of accesses. One is reader, when a person can only read it, and he can't do any changes, even he can't move the card across. User can move the card across like this from here to here. Board creator can go and create the board and tweak the board existing boards. Admin is a person who can create a new user and toggle between different kind of roles. He can make the user to the board creator and back and forth. Now, one thing that we can do very quickly is to create a card in the task. Right? So what you have to do in that case is right click, go here and look at all the legend we are already present. If you don't find one, then you can go and create in the board setting. I'm going to tell you. But if you are finding one, let's say this one is what we are um, looking for, and let's say this is about the story one, then I'll put this as a title. It could be your story given when then, and it could have some, say, header like this. Here will come your acceptance criteria. Here in the size, you can put down some story points. Say this is the 5 story point. Okay, you can put some text if it is related to some art or some particular stream of work. You can put that tag. You can assign it to someone. Let's say I'm assigning to myself. Put down a date that is starting it today, and we are expecting it to complete by 30th. You want to set a priority. This is critical. Okay. Classes of services. Yes, we need to expedite it. And lane is correct because we clicked right click there. So it is current. But then if you wish to change the lane and go to the right lane, you can do that as well. And does it has a parent card? Let's say, yes, it does. The board editor is parent card. And if you want to put an external link, that all things that you can do here. Okay. So you close it, the card is created. You see the card here. Okay. Once the card is created and assigned to a person, then the next thing comes for the team is to create the various tasks. The tasks related to the development, right? Somebody will say, I will develop this thing. And, you can then save it. Even there's an option to assign this task to somebody. I am assigning it. Even the task can be put to some dates. And the task can even have some header as well. Okay, you can set the priorities for the task also. Okay, even it supports the classes of services also. All these things, even task can have the size. Okay, if at all this way you want to arrange it. So then there's a task and you have a date, you have the priority, and you have the user, which you can move across like this and ensure that this is getting done. Now, once a task is created, let's create one more task. Let's say this is for testing. And it is assigned here. So this card is having two tasks. I'll close it off and goes back here. What you see is 0 of 2. That means this card is having two tasks and none of them have been completed. And what if I go to the task board and move one task in the doing status and then get it done? Then in this, what will happen? You can see that one is marking it as completed, 1 of 2. And if I in fact complete both the tasks from here to here, then in that case, all the tasks of this board has been taken care of. And then what you see is 2 of the 2 and a green marker has come up here, which says that your task has been, your all the tasks in the board has been completed, right? So this is how you create the card and the various tasks under it. So we will just keep it down here for some time and move on to the other topics. Now, next important topic to cover is the board editor, right? As I said, you can find the board editor in these 3 dots here. You come up here and right click. You will find all the options here. You can duplicate the existing lanes. You can make the lanes wider like this, or you can make the lanes narrower like this, even more narrower than you can think. Okay. And even you can add lanes to the right side. You can add lanes to the left side. You can add horizontal split. You can see 2 of them have been added and another 2 you want to have. You just keep doing that. Okay, one after another. And if you want to create a split, then you can create a vertical split also. So many changes you can do and bring to that kind of granularity of the steps, phases, and stages that you are looking forward to having. And that is why it becomes very easy tool also. What you see here is this 0 is nothing but a work in progress limit that you want to set for the every lane. You can change your title here. Let's say this is testing. Okay, for example, then this lane is for SIT, for ST, and this is for SIT. That way you can go on changing it to make it more granular. So there are many features which are being supported by editor, which you can leverage to um, build the kind of board that you want to, and it that way becomes very easy. Now I don't want to keep any of these changes, so what I'll do, I'll go on canceling it and return back to my original board. Here we are. So I'll mark it done because we are done. And next related thing is the board settings. Here again in these three dots, when you come back here, you find the board settings here. Now this board settings is all about setting the tags which you want to, already want to identify upfront, identifying different kind of cards, right? These are the default cards, right, from defect to subtask. If you, let's say, want to add a card for spike, okay, so I'll name it as a spike. And if I want to set some color to it, let's say this is some kind of color I want to give it, I'll give the color also. And here you see the spike coming up. You can use this spike for that purpose. Custom icons, again, these are the four standard icons. If you feel like adding one more, then you can go on adding a couple of them there. Custom fields, as I was showing you, there was a field called size, right, which is mostly used for story point estimation. Sometimes teams say that we don't want to use story points, we are using hours. Can you create a field for hours? So you can go on creating this and attach to the card. And about the card header, do you want to keep it custom in a person can type in your own card card, or you want a unique card ID or auto increment number? All these things could be done uh, using the board settings. Okay, so I'll just close it, come out of it, and here we are done with it. The next thing that I want to cover here is the board filter, which is again a very important feature. Once you start building up the board, there will be many tasks, there will be many cards, and you would not be manually able to locate this. And there will be opportunities where you want to locate them to do some rework and changes. The easiest way to do that is to use this filter, right? Now it is off, go to the show only. I'm already written OKR here. So it is showing me the card, OKR card here. I can also keep it in the highlight mode when the OKR card is shown up, but then rest of the cards are also present there, but then they're grayed out. So in that case, it gives you the entire context where this exists and how are other stuffs organized around it, right? And not only this uh, keyword here, which goes by the title and the header, there are many other options with which you can search the card with the activities and users and blockers and priorities and text. Based on that also you can make the search happen and filter out the card that you're looking for. So let's put this off and come back to the normal mode. Here you have statistics, right? Various kind of statistics. I already told you, like on the run you are created. And then comes your legends. All these things we already covered. So we covered the board filter also very nicely. After that, I would like to cover another very important topic about Linkit is multiple board links, right? This link is very important. When I click on this, you see this kind of view coming up, and there are links being shown up between different cards because of the dependencies they have on each other, because of the child parent relationship that they have, right? If I come here and I just want to see the dependencies of parent child relationship on the board itself, then in that case I can just get rid of this one and just look back on the board what kind of dependencies are here. So in this case you can see that the arrow is being shown on this card, which is a child card, and this is the parent card. Again, this is a child card, this is a parent card, this is a parent card, this is a child card. And if I go and change the setting here slightly, and select this one option from other boards, then in that case is a board outside this board, which is PI planning board. That board is having one card, and that card is having a child right here. That's why it is pointing from here to here, and that's why this kind of view is coming. So very important feature of it, when at one shot you can come to know at how the various tasks and cards and activities and stories and features and boards are related to each other. It gives you a holistic view of it at one shot. That's why sometimes this become an interesting tool to look out for. All right, so this is also covered, and I want to stop at this point to keep it short and understandable in one go. I want to cover the other important topics like reporting and safe PI planning program team and OKRs and instant copying in my next episode of it. So I'll take a pause. I would invite you to go through this tool. This tool is, by the way, free for 1 month. So you can go and create your ID, and it is web-based. As you can see, it is based on my name here. I created it for 1 month free subscription to play around it, and I'm able to comfortably do it. So you can also try your hand with respect to what I've shared with you and feel confident about it. If you have any learnings which I haven't covered, please feel free to drop in the comments. If you have any questions which you want to mutually explore, please put down those comments as well. Thanks for your time and stay connected. Have a great day.